Hello, I'm the DM, and you're listening to Campaign 2 of Fools and Flagons, The Tales of Archeron. We livestream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Fools&Flagons. That's Fools, the letter N, Flagons, every Friday at 7 p.m. Central for Tales of Archeron and 6 p.m. Central for Storm King's Chaos. If you'd like to join our community and talk not just about D&D, but other games as well, consider joining our Discord. The links can be found below in the description. Do you like us? Like, really, really like us? Consider donating to our coffee page at ko-fi.com/Fools&Flagons. The links can also be found in the description. Donations and memberships are never required and always appreciated. We have no gated content for members only, and all proceeds go straight back into making Fools and Flagons an even better experience, and it helps to keep the podcast alive and well. Are you ready for some D&D? All right then. Grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for the Fools and Flagons podcast.
Grab your drink and raise your glass. Make a mess and kick some ass. Dungeon Master has no chance. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Raid the dungeons and slay the dragon. Sharpen your sword and prep your wagons. There'll be death and tons of magic. It's time for Fools and Flagons. Time for Fools and Flagons. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Whatever, like it's set like their what is it? Their roll?
Go on.
This guy's like, I have two moods right now. Their boobs, and either flat as a board, or twin 5-gallon drums. And I'm like,
Well, thank you for stalling us. I didn't realize Zeke wasn't even in his chair.
yeah.
Yeah, be
Put
suspicious.
your headphones on, bitch. We're live.
Be suspicious, bitch.
You know what, Zeke?
Why?
Weirdly, not a record. Damn close, though. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fools and Flagons, a D&D campaign made up entirely by me, where these guys do funny, stupid things. Zeke gets his shit kicked in, especially tonight. And because we're continuing with the Tales of Archeron. So, yeah, gonna get through these two announcements super quickly so we can get on and have some fun. So, we want to thank you for all of your follows, subscriptions, and bits on Twitch if you are watching us live. We do apologize that we cannot verbally recognize them on the stream for the sake of not interrupting the story, but your support of us is always appreciated. And someone here is going to be paying attention anyway, and they'll reply to you in chat. And finally... I say finally, it's only the second thing. A super huge, big, awesome thank you for Martyr, Gelatinous Cube, and Cargo for being tavern patrons over on our coffee page. Your support of us is very much appreciated, and we cannot thank you enough. So, any other announcements, curious things? Your silence is golden. So, grab your drinks and raise your glasses. It's time for Fools and Flagons.
Oh, it's recently empty, but
Also, Gabriel Iglesias was hilarious. I'm sorry that we missed streaming yesterday at our normal time, but Fluffy. I won't apologize for Fluffy anymore. Also, I am using a new program for all my D&D notes and stuff, so if I take a little bit longer to get to my things, it's because I'm still learning the ins and outs of this program. But we'll see how the day goes. So, on to the recap. Picking up where we last left off, as everybody looks at Zeke. The Tempests returned to Chichimec via the Gateway Stone and learned that the Smithy had been attacked relatively recently. Chimali had been severely wounded in the battle. His mechanical arm was destroyed and his right eye injured beyond repair. Borgrir and G3-MINI had been kidnapped during the encounter. Whether or not that was the attacker's goal or a consolation prize is anyone's guess. After a little questioning, the Tempests came to the conclusion that it was once again the purple-robed cultists' doing. With much on their minds, the party decided that it was best for them to complete what they had come to Aztlan to do first, repair Brick's core. With Chimali handicapped as he was, Pez led the charge in building Brick's replacement body, and after a grueling couple of days, everything was ready. Bidding their potential final goodbyes to Brick as they prepared for the worst and hoped for the best, Chimali instructed the Tempests through the theoretical process of transferring Brick's consciousness to the new core. Everything seemed to be going well until Brick awoke and seemed to have no memory of his fellows or anyone in the room. Distraught, the Tempests hung their heads until Brick revealed he was making a joke and was immediately reprimanded with glares, hammers, and spell-empowered fists that sent him sprawling across the room. We rejoin the Tempests now as Brick picks himself up off the floor and tries to think of an apology worthy enough to have his friends forgive him. So, Kasumi and Moriko, I know that you two were leaving the room shortly after Chimali left, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. As the two of you leave the room and are going down the hallway, the first thing you see is Chimali, who was as angry as you all were, is now standing in the hallway talking to a guardsman, speaking in the Aztlan tongue that neither of you understand.
Well, Mariko's, like, caveman understands.
Shit, I hadn't prepared for this. You brokenly hear, it's a similar dialect, but also slightly different. But Moriko, the one thing that you would notice is that with Chimale's usual kind of broken, very slow common, his Aztlan is very fluid and is actually almost beautiful the way that he's able to speak it. And you definitely pick up bits and pieces here. There's words you definitely don't understand. You hear black statue, inert, was moving, found in jungle.
Just gonna put that information in the pocket for later.
Just put it right there. So, what are the two of you doing? You were the first to leave the room.
Kasumi has reached the point that she just needs to be away from the situation. So she is kind of tunnel vision right now. She is focused on finding some secluded area for her to kind of curl into a ball and cry.
Okay.
Mariko is just kind of following Kasumi to make sure that she's okay. She doesn't actually need to beat the shit out of Brick. Or at least attempt to.
Gotcha covered.
As the two of you walk past, you get a few paces past Chimali and the guard, when Chimali speaks up and says, "Ladies, if I may have a moment, brief."
Kasumi is gonna halt for a second. She's not gonna turn around to face him. She's just gonna kind of turn her head to the side. Is it gonna be quick?
Very. I realize we are all upset with Brick. However, I am familiar with, and he's looking more at you, Kasumi, your talents, and you, Lady Moriko, seem to be of nature. He gestures to the guard, who holds up about 1.5 foot tall sculpture of some kind. It looks like 3 thick vines made of stone coiled around each other into a point. If in your stress, relief, walking, find more in the jungle, do tell.
Sumi's just gonna turn her head back towards so she's still facing away. Gonna turn her head back straight towards the direction she was walking. Say, okay. And then she's gonna keep going.
Riko's just gonna, like, look back and forth, just nod and quickly follow after Kasumi. She's not used to all these kinds of emotions, so she's just trying her best.
Let's see. So I know, if memory serves, I know that Zahn punched the shit out of Brick. Did you stay in the room or did you leave after that?
I stayed right in the room.
Okay.
I was in
Pez.
there waiting to see what Stupid would do.
Fair. Pez, I know that you said, you threatened him beautifully. Did you stay in the room or did you leave?
I stayed.
Okay. So, lads, what are you doing?
Good.
I believe I said last time that Brick made his way towards the door to see if he could catch up. He sticks his head out the door, sees they are gone. Turns back around. Looks at the other two.
Don't know why you're looking at me.
Should I go after them or just let them? Okay.
I mean,
And he pops his head back in. I am sorry. I didn't expect it to go this way.
I'm gonna start calling you Dick.
That's fair.
You should go.
Okay. Okay. And I walk.
Okay.
If I see Chimali, I'll stop.
His son just like fist bumps Pez.
Okay. So as Brick leaves the room, Pez, Zahn, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I mean, need to get this shit show on a roll.
Yeah, I need to. I want to see if I can work on something while we are busy. But let's wait. Out of character, didn't we see where Chimali went? Did we
He
watch him
stormed out of the
as well?
room before Moriko and Kasumi did.
Okay. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna go try to find the turtle man.
Out of character, did we fix the cart, or is it still damaged?
No one said anything about fixing the cart. The last thing you guys did is Moriko Enoch chucked and lifted it up onto some rocks.
I'm gonna go tend to the cart, see if I can start on some repairs, and that'll probably relieve some stress instead of using guns.
It's true. Do keep in mind, though, we might not be able to wait for it to be fixed.
It'll keep me something to do.
That is true. So keep that in the back of your head.
Yep. Away!
Go, you crazy little kobold man.
Fly. Be free.
Spread your frills.
Just the high pitch.
Oh, he's still got the water frills, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Brick, you head out, try and do some damage control. Chimali is still in the hallway and appears to be talking to a guard.
I will cautiously walk up, and I will give a very low bow towards Chimali and in Aztlan. I am deeply sorry. It seems I still have much to learn, and apparently even more to learn about humor.
I cannot put whole blame on you. For part would be to blame Borgrir.
Is this the kind of stunt he would pull?
He likes to make jokes. Think on how your friends feel. We thought you lost.
No.
Wrong campaign.
I did not think that. I knew that the reaction would be anger at first, but I thought that I did not know it would wound this deep, and I thought after a bit of violence, we would be able to laugh about it.
Humor is good. Time and place needs work.
Understood. Do you know which way they went?
Good luck. There's almost pity. It's kind of hard to tell with their old wrinkly turtle face, but there's a hint of like.
So Brick's just kind of. I'm just gonna. Yeah. And he just starts walking in the direction he thinks they went in.
Zahn and Pez, you two come out, and why'd both of you give me that look? You both come out, and you see the tail end of Brick going, ah, and then he leaves. So Chimali is in the hallway with one of the guards of Chichimec.
I'm just gonna look at Pez.
Huh?
Gonna go talk to him.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
Away.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to Chimali.
Pez, as you try to scurry off, Chimali will go, Pez, I do need words with, and he kind of looks at Zahn, both of you.
All right.
Can you... For Zahn, I had some look into your request. Once the forges burn again, we have a design we think you will like. But it will take some time.
Well, that's a good thing if we have a bunch to do.
And for Pez,
Sup?
your vernacular confuses me still. The multi-tool, how did it fare in your hands?
Fan-fucking-tastic. My go-to weapon.
Do you think proficient enough in your skills to... And he looks down at his non-existent right arm and the like mechanics still there and just like kind of like wiggle feebly to assist.
Hell yeah. What do you want in there? Like, you want a hammer or gun or...
You see a grin come across his face, and he makes a beckoning gesture. We have work to do.
Lead me.
He starts to step away and then pauses as he realizes something, and he looks to you again, Zahn, and he gestures to the guard. I requested the ladies to look for this as well. And again, you see about 1.5 feet long. It starts off real thick, like 3 vine tentacle-looking things kind of coiled around into a point. This was found in the jungle. It is not natural. If you venture, please look for this.
Real
if
quick,
there is more.
So this is like a stone thing, a fleshy
It looks
thing?
like it's made out of stone. Like a dark
And it's like a
black
1.5 feet
stone.
long, like tentacle kind of
It
covered.
starts off as like three thick vines that coil around itself into a point. Like you could almost just like, like stab it into somebody.
Stab it into a brick.
Are you going to keep an eye out for it? Should I leave the bones with you here?
That would be preferable.
Sounds like, yeah! Pull out 3 larger than average.
Chimali
Bones
looks at his non-existent right arm and then looks back at the guard and kind of does a...
I handed it to the guard. I wasn't giving it to him, I was giving it to the guard.
No, I know, but still just the like...
You're up.
Okay. So to kind of speed things along just a little bit, Pez, he shows you schematics. It looks like he wants to incorporate a somewhat similar design into his arm, but instead of it being able to swap between multiples, it's looking for just kind of one big one, but to still have it be a hand with a slew of tools in it. Wrenches, hammers, blades, and for the next little while you would be able to assist him with that as you saw fit to spend your time.
Yep.
So kind of jumping forward a little bit, what is the general plan? The wagon is still broken. Kasumi and Moriko have stormed off. I mean, the day is yours. What would you all like to do, I should say?
He's gonna be looking for Kasumi and Mariko.
Zahn is going to be looking for somebody to fix the cart.
Kasumi is going to find a spot outside of the building. There's some trees or something. Somewhat secluded enough for her, like, she just kind of wants to be as far away from the situation as possible. But once she finds a place that seems secluded, she is going to kind of fall down and get into a little bit of a fetal position and hug her knees to her chest.
Okay. There's plenty of places to hide here. The ground level entrance from where you come back out of Chichimec, it's a clearing, but it's not a super big clearing. You kind of see 2 hilltops just a little bit off the way, and you're in the middle of a jungle. So it's very easy to just find any sort of tree or small bits of shrubbery to squirrel inside of, and with your tendency for stealth rolls, very easy to just vanish.
Okay. She's going to go maybe a good 15-20 feet into the brush.
Okay.
And kind of get behind a tree so the back side of the tree is facing the entrance.
Okay. Fox form?
No, she's going to be
Oh.
in human form.
Okay. Mariko? Since you were following at least somewhat.
Mariko is just going to not exactly like touch, because she understands needing space, but she's gonna stay by Kasumi's side and just like sit beside her.
Okay. If you are trying to hide from someone, I would ask for stealth check.
I mean, I can do that. Let me
Bright fucking pink.
let me just pull that up though. Let's see.
Question: do we still have the blessing? Because I'm gonna need it.
No, we sure don't.
No.
Oh shit!
Okay. Well, that is a 22.
Mariko. 5.
Bright fucking pink.
I am but a flower in the
Mariko.
jungle of green. Zahn, I did hear you say that you were going to look to find things to fix the wagon.
Or someone who I don't know how to fix glass. I can make stuff look pretty, but making it practical ain't all that easy.
Well, with your knowledge of woodworking, you would at the very least be able to make sure that the cross panes are 100%, they're fixed, they're repaired. You would be able to get the wheels back on and fixed up.
Yeah.
So in those particular instances, you would be able to do that. In lieu of the glass, you would have to get someone from the forge to help you. And in the same sort of similar vein of why they're not able to work on your armor right now is their forge numbers are down.
Yeah.
So your request has been received, but until everything is back up and running, it may be a little bit of time before you have a window.
Let's see what you do. Oh, yeah, no.
So, Brick.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to find him?
I'm not even gonna try to roll based
Okay.
on because I heard Kasumi's. Well, I wouldn't know. Well, you know what? He's gonna try. He's gonna fail, but he's gonna try. I'm guessing I'm rolling perception. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't roll bad. It's actually fairly good for Brick. It's a 22.
22. You wander around the forge for a bit. You don't see them. So you go and start looking around outside. They're not immediately in view, but depending on how intensely you want to look for them, if you start delving into the jungle, eventually you would see the pink highlighter.
Not much time has passed, right?
Hour or two, maybe.
Okay. Not seeing her anywhere in the forge or in the vicinity of the outside that's blatantly obvious. He's gonna make an intelligence check. Would he know that she probably wants to be alone?
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 14.
There is a
13.
There is a nagging in the back of your brain. You're doubting yourself if you'd be able to find them. Because as you start to go and look, you realize, fuck, this is Kasumi we're talking about.
Yep.
Mariko was able to turn into animals. She'd probably just turn into a snake and bite you or something. So it's kind of... I would say you're a solid 50-50 on whether you want to pursue this or leave it for now. But that's a judgment on your character.
Brick is going to attempt to take the middle road. He is going to sit on the steps of the wagon, and he's going to summon Mortar. And he's just going to have Mortar kind of fly over the treetops as stealthily as he can, and just kind of look for them. And if he finds them, he's just going to keep an eye on them to make sure they're okay, and just sit on the steps and be like, cool, I fucked up. I'm just going to wait here until until they feel like coming back and knocking the shit out of me so I can apologize.
Okay. Perception check for Mortar then, please.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be 18.
18. As Mortar flies around, he does lay eyes on Moriko. It's not that hard to pick her out. But it looks like she's sitting by herself. So whether or not they split up, you don't see Kasumi.
Okay. I mean, he would.
Or he doesn't see
probably
Kasumi.
not gonna. Yeah, probably not going to see Kasumi. But he's going to make an educated guess that Mariko's probably not far behind her. So he's just going to alight way up top of the trees and just keep an eye out.
Okay. Is there anything anyone would like to do for the day?
You already know mine.
Yeah, I'm helping Turtle Soup.
Fluff is going to come down from her hidey spot in Mariko's hair and just go and just kitty cat cinnamon bun roll on Kasumi to try and make her feel better.
No.
Moth cat.
So, if there's nothing that is eagerly wanting to be done today, we can fast forward, because, you know, the ordeal was quite arduous and emotionally draining. So if there's nothing else to do, we can skip on ahead to the next day.
I'll go ahead and say if no one comes out of the woods by the time the sun is starting to set, Brick will go in after them.
Mariko would try to convince Kasumi to at least go back to the cart if the sun was starting to set, because she believes that it wouldn't be safe for the two of them to be out at dark.
Kasumi is going to kind of just shake her head yes. She's no longer having her knees hugged to her chest. Now she's got her legs crossed, and it almost seems like she's attempting to meditate. She has been very silent during this whole thing. She hasn't really said anything. She's kind of been numb. But as soon as Mariko brings that up, she's just gonna kind of shake her head and slowly gather herself up.
Mariko's gonna stand and offer a hand to her.
She takes it, and she slowly just starts to stroll back. Still staying very quiet.
The pair of you would, at the very least, start to realize that you are fairly hungry, having been out in the woods for most of the day. If you had your packs with you and you had rations, then you would probably be able to nibble on that a little bit, but it wouldn't be substantial enough to really satiate your hunger. But the two of you are able to very easily come back to the wagon. Brick, right as you were starting to think about whether or not you want to go looking for them, you see the highlighter coming out. Sorry.
I'll bamf Mortar back into his home.
Feathers.
Brick is going to kind of stand up and silently wait to see if they give him a chance to talk, or he's kind of like partially just staying there, like, am I gonna get to talk, or am I about to be hit with the force of 1,000 suns? What's gonna happen first?
Worse. Son hands them a frying pan.
Wrong campaign!
Kasumi approaches and doesn't say anything, and she doesn't really make eye contact either. She keeps her head low.
And Mariko is giving him the most withering look possible.
I'm sorry. I made a miscalculation, and I did not expect my actions to hurt you as much as they did, or at all, really. To be honest, I knew that I was inviting anger, but I assumed there would be anger followed by physical violence, and then laughter. I realize now that I did not consider the full scope of what I was doing.
Do you understand the dynamic of what you did?
I'm going to assume I don't.
For several days leading up to this, we were warned that there was a possibility that you, as a soul, would cease to exist. So, when you awoke from your procedure, pretending like you were reset, to us, that meant that you didn't exist, that you were gone. Do you remember when I told you about the wizard who summoned me?
I do.
I now know how he felt when he thought he was bringing his daughter, but it was me. It's gonna take time.
Brick. Because I'm assuming Brick is towering over them at this point.
Yeah, this is Mama Bear looking up at the sun and doesn't give a fuck how many Wheaties he had for breakfast. He's getting his shit said to him.
Brick is going to sit down on the ground so that he's more eye level.
Still probably taller than her.
That's okay. I am sorry that I did not take into consideration my existence is a bit of a conundrum to me. And because of that, I treat it oftentimes very flippantly. I mean, when you think about it, my entire existence as a soul, as we put it, was not really meant to happen. I wasn't born in a biological sense. I wasn't molded from the ether like you or an elemental or a fae. I became aware fairly quickly that a mistake is the wrong word, but a fluke, I think, would be more accurate. That's what I was. I was a fluke. And so I enjoyed life as it came, and while not wanting to die, I made peace fairly quickly on our adventures that it might come to pass. We
But
are in a
you
dangerous
you
line of work.
see, as you describe your existence, that is how we are so alike. I wasn't meant to be on this plane. I was brought here by accident. So this whole time we've both been trying to understand and feel why we're here. But in your situation, I'm not sure yours is a soul that could be brought back once it's gone. I don't know much about your type, but I I just want you to understand the dynamic of the situation.
I am starting to, and I apologize that my mind did not comprehend it sooner. You know, oftentimes I think I'm not that stable in the head. I mean, my intelligence is a jumbled mess. I have the knowledge of a wizard with none of the wisdom. I have the instincts of a soldier with very little to show. And my life experience has been strange, rushed, and frankly disjointed. I feel like I'm ahead and playing catch up at the same time. And you were right before. I look at things in the context of logic and probabilities. A wizard knows that through study death is inevitable, and a soldier knows that it could be around the corner at any moment, and I guess I feel like a child in that death is not even a possibility. It can't touch me. After all, we've been on so many adventures, we've touched death so many times, and yet it's never stuck, so why would it stick this time? And at the same time, I am very acutely aware that it could be waiting right around the corner, and that doesn't seem to bother me. But I realize I was being inconsiderate and selfish, deciding that my death was not only unimportant, but something to joke about. And for that, you have my deepest apologies.
Another quick sort of note and reminder is with Brick before, his face was just emotionless. There's no moving parts. His eyes lit up and that was about it. You are seeing genuine sorrow on his face, much like Gemini's face that is able to morph and move and show real emotion. He is showing the regret. It's not just his voice now.
Sumi is gonna fold her hands together and just kind of reset her posture. I'm glad you understand. Now I'm going to go to bed. And she just walks around you.
Can I say one more thing as you're walking around?
Sure.
And Brick opens his arm again, pops out the spell book. A lot of the times, what helps me not worry if I'm going to make it out the other side of our adventures is this. Every time that we go into uncharted territory, every time that we know that we are facing a fight that we might not return from, every time that the unknown is facing us, I record a message in this. For you, for Father, for Pez, and now for Mariko. I'm not worried because I know at the end of the day, if I haven't said something, I've said it in here. That's normally what gets me through. But this time I made a note again, but that wasn't what made me not worry this time. The main reason I wasn't worried was from something I learned watching you. I had faith. Faith in you all. And I guess my faith making me flippant about the whole situation clouded my judgment. And again, I cannot apologize enough for that.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. And she turns and walks in the cart.
Once Kasumi has gone inside, Mariko is just gonna look at Brick and I'm not sure how far along you are developmentally in the head, but one lesson to take from this: trust is hard to build, but very easy to destroy. And she's gonna go inside.
Mariko, one thing as you are heading in, because I've, again, so used to not having to say it anymore, as Brick and Kasumi were having this conversation, there's a really, really soft kind of squeaking sound up to the side of the wagon, and these little mechanical bug-looking things come out and start to fly around, and the back ends of them light up, and they provide just soft glowing lights all around the wagon. They don't go more than 10-15 feet away from the side of it, just providing light to the area.
Okay.
Yeah. But then you do head inside. Brick, Zahn, Pez. Pez, you've been spending most of the day with Chimali. You've looked over the designs, added your own little tweaks and quirks to it to make it even more better.
Even more better.
Very likely can have it completed within a few days, very easily, with your particular set of skills. Zahn, with you working on the wagon, you're almost done with the first wheel. You kind of had to scrounge for the parts and borrow the tools as needed, but you're fairly certain that by the end of the day, tomorrow, the wagon will be able to move again. The window, of course, probably won't be fixed straight away, but
Yeah, nice breeze. It's okay.
just sitting there, just.
Yeah, I'll give them the dimensions.
You've made good headway.
Yeah.
Is there anything the three of you would like to do?
I want to play with Magnus.
Okay, you gonna throw him through the open window, or what?
Why would I do that?
I don't know. It's a really fucked up game of tic-tac-toe.
would never. My little Shrimposaurus is not to be thrown.
Yet.
Bitch, I will kill you.
Pez, you have the Tettle, right? The Soul Stone? Okay.
Yep.
Oh. Beat it to him.
Brick?
Yep.
What you doing?
Brick is outside on his back, just outside the cart, just looking at the stars.
Just
Am I-
catching bugs.
Am I going back to the cart
It's up to you.
for the night?
Do you want to go back to the cart for the night?
Yeah, sure. I'm just gonna walk back, see Brick on the ground, wave.
There's probably
Hi, Dick.
more bugs out there. So,
Yeah.
So you have Brick's old soul thing?
No.
No? Oh, I'm sorry.
no, he has the Soul Stone that has Cassie in it. That Chimali said could be attached to the wagon.
When Pez says hi, Dick, Brick's just like, thank you.
Wait, do I know change weather?
Do you know what?
Just starts raining on Brick. Yes, Brick. It's like, I don't think I know.
I'm gonna Truman show that bitch right there.
I only know sleet storms, not the same.
Brick kind of turns his head to look at him at the corner of his eye. I never said it before, but thank you. And he kind of holds up his hands and like flexes.
Thanks.
Like, I'm not fucking done yet. God damn it. This is better than I was hoping for. You do good work.
Look, what you did was very shitty. If you do it again, I will turn you off and throw away the key.
That's fair.
You know, you kind of remind me of one of my brothers. He was a dick, but a lovable one. Tall, green, scaly. Dragonborn, of course, because I'm also a Dragonborn, really short, kind of lacking in the height department.
Hunted.
But yeah, he was a dick, but I mean, he did good work, and I know you can do good work too. You just need to keep your mouth tidy and just roll with the punches. And if you upset someone who really cares for you, then you need to make sure that you make that shit up tenfold.
I plan to.
Good boy.
Okay. So Brick is staying outside.
Wet.
Moist.
Humid. All right. The night goes by without much, not much happening. The patrols are still encircling the area. You can take watches if you like.
Nope.
Rest comes easy for some, difficult for others. And soon the next day comes along.
Yay, long rest.
Yes, a long rest is had.
Rick, I just realized this. Because I can't remember. Did we ask Chimali before if they had tried to scry on Gemini and Borgir? And they came up negative.
Nothing.
Okay.
Whether that means that they're on a different plane of existence, or if something is negating the ability of the spell to be able to make that connection, they have no way of knowing.
Right. Rick is, like, first thing in the morning, Rick is going to go find Chimali.
Okay. It's not difficult to find him. The smithy down below is large, but there's only one turtle, and he's usually flanked by at least a guard or two at most times. You walk up to him, no issue, no one stops you.
I bow really low again. I know I'm still in the shitbox. I was going to wait until we had retrieved Borgir and G3-MINI, but it seems with no leads on their whereabouts, it might be advantageous to stay a few more days and let my teleportation ring recharge, so that we can go to a place that we are fairly confident we can hunt them down.
Did you guys hear something? I think that was a breeze.
You're not even here.
You're not there.
In the meantime, do you think you would be able to spare some time to walk me through that side project I had asked you about?
There is much that needs doing. While I understand your desire, if it is not to progress our purposes, it will be low on our priorities. Your wagon needs repairing. I need a new arm. Your relationships need fixing.
That was kind of what I was hoping that secret project could help with, but you make a good point.
If you wish to assist friend Pez, if you can convince him, I have no qualms with this. However, should you hinder him, we have but 3 days before the Empress which wishes to meet with you and the others. I would much like to have my arm back by then.
Yep, understood. I will assist Pez, and then if we have time before the Empress gets here, we'll cover that then.
I do hope you will learn to behave by then.
I fully intend to keep my head down.
Good. If you can find friend Pez, we can begin.
I shall go see if he's free.
I'm going to be standing right behind him because I'm a morning person.
Right.
Just bean water, just half gone, just...
You know, that guy's Lick's eyes have been here the whole time.
Were you actually there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Found him.
You know what? Yep. Shall we get started?
Yep. Also, fair warning. I woke up feeling a level powerfuler, so just be warned. I can make stuff explode.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure that the fact that no one's tested a new spell on me is a miracle at this point.
I mean, Amber's got a new spell.
Yeah, it's if they decide to, I'm not gonna fight back. I'll be the target dummy for a while. That's fair.
All right, so shall we begin?
I just throw the glass.
Ching! Why?
Bean juice. You gotta try it.
Chimali just looks... Just the... no words. Mostly because I can't think of them. So Zahn is playing with Magnus / repairing the wagon as best he can. The other two are helping Chimali with working on the arm. Paz, it's fairly easy to walk brick through, you know, make metal like this, bend it like that, use that mold, heat this up for me, you know, you're my bitch, do what I say. Mariko Kasumi. And honestly, if anyone has anything else they want to do for the day.
Now,
Zahn.
last night, Mariko... Oh,
No, sorry. You started talking first.
before they had gone to bed, Mariko did, like, grab, like, bread or, like, something to eat to bring up to the room to, like, make Kasumi eat something because they hadn't eaten all day.
Bread.
Going into the pantry that you had been shown before, the food had been restocked. So there's meats, veggies, breads, spices, liquor. So most anything that you could make in a normal home abode would be available to you. Think of it kind of like the larder from The Hobbit.
Well, she doesn't really know much about cooking other than put meat over fire for food. But the night before, she had just grabbed bread to at least make sure that Kasumi ate something.
Okay.
She's, like, in full, like... I'm trying to find the right word for it. Like, caring for mode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Motherly mode.
Nurture.
Nurture, thank you!
Yeah.
But in the morning, she's just going to make sure Kasumi is at least okay.
Okay.
In the morning, Miss Kasumi is going to reluctantly allow her to tend to her. In the morning, she takes a little bit longer to wake up. She takes a little bit longer to get herself together-ish. Together enough to go down the stairs. And she does kind of make her way to the kitchen and gets herself some tea. Still fairly quiet.
Okay. Is there any kind of plans either of you have for the day, or is it just going to be kind of a meh?
Kasumi is taking a mental health day.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Mariko is going to leave Fluff to keep an eye on Kasumi, or at least, like, be the emotional support animal.
Yeah.
And Mariko is going to try to look around a little bit, because she's never been here before, she's curious.
In the wagon, or just the area as a whole?
The area as a whole.
Okay.
She's staying near the wagon, but she's trying to, like, see, because she hasn't really gotten a real proper chance to.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Perception.
Disgrace.
You know all about that.
18.
18. It's a very clear day. You can definitely hear wildlife, birds, crickets, the occasional growling big thing in the distance. But none of those bigger, scarier sounds seem to get very close, whether they're kept at bay by the guards or they just know better at this point because of the guards. But where the wagon is parked is relatively right out front. And you can see Zahn is busy working on getting one of the wheels attached and in place after having pulled off the shattered one. He's just got, like, you know, rivets and nails in his mouth, and he's just fucking hammering away. You look over and you can see the entryway into Chichimec is the large stairway down, multiple pillars standing up on the outside. Many of them have been destroyed. There's only 2 or 3 left fully intact. Lots of burned places on the ground. Kind of looking in front and away from the entryway, you see that there's 2 sort of hillocks almost. Maybe vantage points that could be used to see a little ways away. You're not entirely sure if they're natural, if they were made and put there for a reason, but at the very least, the foliage is not really there. Whereas if you go just a few hundred feet past that, there's just dense jungle. You see trunks and then just darkness. Maybe not like pitch black, but you would have to get much closer to be able to like really see into the area without it being your vision being muddied by distance and just sort of haze. Yeah.
Sorry, my internet crapped out there for a second. It scared the shit out of me. I thought my computer was freezing.
All good. Do you need me to repeat anything?
No, I got most of it, but after a while, she's just gonna look at Zon like, "Do you need help with anything?"
Are you good with woodworking?
I can hand you stuff.
I'm sorry, I just thought like dad mechanic. Give me your finger.
Yes.
Cast light. Hold it there.
Give me the
"No,
flathead. I said the
here."
flathead.
Yeah, you want to help? Sure. I should make it go faster, and maybe you can help. Zon's gonna gesture at, all of the destroyed shit everywhere else. She's gonna help fix that.
Happy to help.
I'd say, truth be told, he's going to. I don't know how much he's gonna have to do today when it comes to the rest of the stuff on here, but yeah, when he finishes, he's gonna go and try to help clean other shit up down in the forges, probably.
Okay, I would say with Moriko being there to help you, whether just, you don't have 3 arms to be able to hold everything that you need, the work goes by a little bit faster, and a little bit after midday, you get the second wheel put on, and as far as everything goes, apart from having something to actually pull it, the wagon's fixed. Sans front window.
Zon will stand up. Yeah. Well, that work is done. Thank you for your assistance. I appreciate it very much, Moriko. Stretchies. So, yeah, I'm gonna go try to help fix the forges, because, they have something for me that they said, they want to forge at some point, so, it's probably helpful. How's Kasumi doing?
She is, she's awake. She's moving around.
Where?
Last I saw her, she was in the kitchen.
Thank you. Zon will walk into the kitchen.
Okay,
Looking for Kasumi.
she's not hard to find.
Dear God. Sorry.
No, Fox.
Dear Fox. Good. It's probably what, afternoon at this point, or is it still? You think still morning?
It's early afternoon.
Early afternoon. Good. Afternoon, Kasumi.
Hello. She's kind of sitting by a window. She's got a cup of tea in her hand. She's got a blanket. It's nice and cozy.
Zon's gonna... Awkward. Zon is going to walk... I'm guessing you're sitting in one of those really big chairs in front of the window that doesn't exist. Watching me the whole time I've been working with Moriko.
Not necessarily
Hearing,
watching.
asking where you are.
She's stealth mode.
So Zon will walk up and look. He's still probably taller than me. Look at you and just lean over and give you a hug. Awkwardly, because he doesn't normally do this.
Because you're being awkward about it, she's gonna feel just as awkward and she's gonna give you the pat with the hands on the back.
Like
Just
what
like-
is it? How to Train Your Dragon, where he and Hiccup like get along. It's like, don't know what to do now. This is really fucking awkward.
You can let go now.
Yeah. Hope you start feeling better soon.
It's gonna take time.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I should go. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Turns and walks out of the cart towards the
Okay,
forge.
bye.
Eats himself out the window.
She doesn't move from her spot. She stays sitting there with her cup of tea and her blanket. And okay, bye.
Okay. As far as Peasant Brick are concerned, you make very good headway. Most of the mechanical pieces are done and crafted. The next day is probably going to be mostly assembly. While the two of you are working on the crafting of the arm, he seems to be preparing the socket by himself to get it ready to receive the new arm.
Go.
Cool.
As we're working, Brick is just gotta. Just super awkward. Just how. On like a scale of 1 to 10. How long do you think it's gonna be before things go back to normal?
You're not too good with organics.
I mean, it's kind of like I told Kasumi. Like I look over at Chimali at this point. No offense. I have the knowledge of a wizard shoved in my head, the instincts of a soldier, and very little context to put them into. So, understanding isn't really my strong suit.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, Jesus, 89.
Yeah, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
can see how you got that calculation. You don't even
Yeah.
have to show your work.
Now, it's gonna take a while.
No, please.
Show the work.
That was the thud. The thud was the work. I think I dented my desk.
Like, are you still mad at me, or did you get all your anger out?
Oh, no. Oh, you'll see.
Okay. I mean, if you shoot me in the back in the middle of a fight, I won't even acknowledge it. I'll just take it.
You're not even worthy of my bullets.
Okay, that one was a little low.
Yeah? How does that make you feel?
Oh.
There you go. Now you're starting to understand. Now the number dropped down to an 85.
Gotcha. It's gonna be a long few days, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This arm, though, it's looking pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a freaking cannon in it.
It's got a whole mess of things. Better than your arm.
It's kind of a little better than your arm.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
what he wants to use it for, it's like if you took all of you and put it
into an arm. I mean, to be fair, this is basically Mark II. I was the practice run, and for a practice run, I'd say you did fantastic.
I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn if I could ever play a horn, but yeah, I'd say I did good. No lips.
I believe in you.
I mean,
hard to do that with no lips.
I didn't really get a chance to test it out, but I feel I have some new tricks up my sleeve. Like magic was just like my magic has been transformed into something else.
I mean, don't look at me. I don't know magic. The only magic that happens to me, I blind myself because my eyes glow.
Listen,
It
man,
sucks.
I just worked here.
This is a Chili's.
But damn, this is a Chili's. I mean, you do magic. You talk to animals. That's magic.
Well, I mean, talk to animals. I can make thunder. I can cast wind. I do a lot of magic, but again, like I said, it blinds me because my eyes glow because the gods hate me.
I mean, isn't your patron a trickster?
Yeah, true.
I wonder. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna follow that line of thought. That's gonna get me in
No.
trouble.
Go on.
Nope.
Please.
I'm good. I've learned my lesson.
Are you sure about that?
Chimali's just off to the side, holding a shovel towards you.
Like, nope. I'm learning. I might be young, but I feel like I can learn pretty quickly.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Anyway, are we about done?
Yep. We're Gucci.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do for the day?
Today? No.
As I said, I would like to help clean and or fix whatever forges things
Right.
I can't do. And I also would use an air elemental to help me do it. For at least an hour. I do.
No, I'm just
If I had one,
kind of recalling the where the fuck have you been? You start to make some decent headway. You're familiar with the concept of a forge. These forges aren't quite like the ones that you had back home. But after being on the side and helping where you can, the language barrier is a bit of a problem, but you start to figure out that when they point to that thing, they want that thing, so you get them that thing. You start to make some headway. I would say 2, maybe 3 of the forges get back up and running by the end of the day. Pretty hot, pretty heavy, sweaty work, but feeling pretty good. Anything else?
I mean, for the next few days until the Emperor shows up, Brick is just doing everything he can to take out Chimali's to-do list so that he can get to the thing that he really wants to get to.
Right.
I could add on to that list.
Please don't.
Just like casually when Zong walks past Brick. Hey Brick, how's your sister doing?
Oof.
Just gonna keep walking, not even acknowledge that he just said that.
I mean, I could have. I could have gone way worse.
I mean, you realize it's your fault.
No, it's not.
I mean, if I were in your situation, I would say, "Hey, how's your mom doing?"
Yep. See, I've already. Normally, yes, I would, but I have some karma to get back.
Look, when I was building you, there's a little bit of me in you, so there might be a little bit of a dick in you. Okay, let's rephrase that. You might be a little bit of a jerk. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. That's what I meant to say.
You sure about that?
Oh,
Listen, we
wow.
just fixed the forges. Really like to not break them.
Well, there's your title. There's a little bit of me and you. The title of the episode.
You
I
got
will-
some me and you.
I'm kind of liking you're not even worth my bullets right now.
I mean, that's
You got
pretty
some
good.
me and you.
I'll write it down.
I'm on fire.
Normally I would help you out with that, but no.
Look, there's a time and a place.
What?
You have to re-earn that place, and that takes time.
Yep. You know, this might be telling on myself, but I would much rather you guys just use me as a physical punching bag than a verbal one.
Well, I mean, you might be a tank. I mean, you still got feelings.
Yeah. I just thought of another joke that I definitely shouldn't say.
Well, go on. You can say it's just us.
You know, I get the feeling that the walls have ears,
Oh, they do, definitely.
so I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut.
All right. Come here. Go. He's not saying nothing. But don't worry about it. Hamburger's not a spy.
Hamburger just has the ability to record sound and then open his mouth like Stitch and it just plays.
He's just on the ceiling, clawed into it. You just see his head spin like an owl's towards you.
That gets more disturbing every time I see it.
You can do that too. Eventually.
I can, and Brick tries
Well,
to turn his
anyway,
head 360.
He breaks his neck, dies.
Oh.
I knew I forgot to install that pin. So, the next night comes around again, relatively peacefully. Moriko, you experience the same vision you had previously. The white eyes in the forest that seem to take your consciousness elsewhere. Again, to a small dockside town on the edge of the water. Except this time, you see very brief flashes where the water is gone. And it's nothing but a dry bed. The grass that was off to the side has withered and is now just cracked earth. And in the next instant, it's back again. And you almost question if you had actually seen what you thought you saw.
Can Mariko try to talk in this vision?
You can certainly try. What would you like to say?
I'm gonna try to say, who are you? What do you want?
Okay. As the visions flash past your own eyes and you ask this question, there's another blinding light and then everything gets dark. And from the side, you see the eyes walking towards you now. The figure strides right up to you, elven-like, white hair, pale skin, wearing the attire of an archer. And it stands there, a few paces away. And it just looks at you.
Why are you doing this?
There's a long pause before the figure speaks. A warning to a lost child. And you feel yourself get pulled, ripped back out of the vision, hurtling away from the figure. and you sit bolt upright from wherever you had been sleeping. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
16.
16. You feel hungry and dehydrated, on the verge of feeling like your rest wasn't very restful.
Rico's just gonna slide down from the bed onto the floor like fucking starfish, just.
Eventually the morning arrives, sun trickling in across the canopy of the jungle. The day is yours. What would you all like to do?
Mariko, do you stay on the floor?
I keep being plagued by visions. I don't like this.
She's gonna kind of scoot over and like hang her just like the edge of her hands and her chin off the edge of the bed and just tilt her head. Are you okay?
I had the same vision again, but more, and I tried to ask who was doing it and what they wanted.
Go on,
all I
say
got...
what you really want to say.
And all I got was a warning for a lost child, and I don't know what the fuck that means.
Oh, that's what it said. A warning for a lost child.
Yes.
Was that you?
I'm guessing. I don't know. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I don't like this.
How many times have you had this dream now?
At least 2.
I'm gonna suggest that you don't be alone anywhere. Just for your own good.
Okay.
She's just face down. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, well, good morning.
Good morning.
Sumi's gonna gather herself and go down for her tea.
And at this point, Fluff is just like curled up on the back of Mariko's head as Mariko's just like face first on the ground.
Biscuits. Okay. So what's the plan? Anything in particular anyone wants to do? Are the boys still helping Chimali?
Yep. Fueled up on bean juice and helping the turtle.
Yep.
Zahn,
Rick is
ladies?
determined.
Once Mariko is able to peel herself from the ground, she's just gonna like stay by Kasumi's side all day because she is actually kind of nervous to be by herself now.
Since you're hanging close, Kasumi is going to try to meditate with you more. To get more practice.
Should I even ask?
Say again? Sorry?
Should I even ask what happened?
I keep having visions and I don't like it.
Ah. If only you had a priest to talk to. Well, okay, bye.
Damn, that sucks. See ya.
Oh. Hey guys, if I was going through something, would you be there for me? No.
Fuck no!
Not at all. I hope it sucks whatever you're going through.
I hope
you reach out to me so I can ignore you.
If you need anything, you know where I am.
Kasumi sits there and shakes her. I didn't know he was technically considered a priest.
He's the worst priest I've ever heard of, and I don't even know what that is.
I can still hear you!
You two are sitting around the table. He's already gone off. He's halfway to the steps, and you just see the ears pop up through the broken window just off in the distance. I can still hear you! Okay. So you said that you wanted to help Mariko meditate, right?
Yes.
Okay. How are you going about that?
She is going to put a blanket down on the floor. She's going to sit down and tell Mariko, okay, you sit. And you're going to sit down and you're going to face me. And we're just going to both sit here with our legs crisscrossed, facing each other.
So if that, whoever it was, pulls my brain like she's been doing, what do I do?
So there are different types of meditation. There's meditation to ease the mind and meditation to attempt to communicate. We're going to do the ease the mind type because I feel like you need it.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. We're not going to worry and try to communicate and connect with anyone. We're going to try to have our heads be empty. Okay.
That seems like it'd be very easy for some people.
I was gonna make the joke and I was gonna just leave it, but I'm really proud that someone went there.
For
and
some
I see
people,
two
yes.
people that seem to be thinking you're talking about them.
I mean, let's be honest, that was a scatter shot.
I'm not gonna elaborate.
Not on me, because I am solid as a kumquat.
So yes, for some people it does come quite naturally for them. But it's fine. It's all about a state of mind. And then Kazumi's just gonna start talking her through it and helping her get into a relaxing meditative state.
Okay. So, the two of you begin to meditate, get into the zone, get into Zen. Things are fairly quiet. You hear the occasional footfalls outside of a passing patrol in the distance, the brush moving very slightly. But it is calming. Mariko, you start to feel yourself sort of relax slightly. And before you know it, the pair of you properly slip into a trance. The world dissolves away. Your mind kind of goes blank, almost as if you're sleeping. And then the pair of you simultaneously see the white eyes in the distance. Your consciousness flies towards the edge of a tree line. Mariko, the eyes initially are looking at you, but then you feel them look to your side. It's slightly different from how you remembered before, and you look, and Kasumi's there with you. And you're seeing this as well, Kasumi. And your vision dashes back out again. Mariko, you see the same visions from before. A dockside town, the water looking clear, then getting darker, and then is completely gone to a cracked riverbed. The ground on the other side, just the same, was lush and green, and it becomes cracked and barren as far as the eye can see. Kasumi, I need you to make a history check for me.
Okay.
The whole time Mariko's starting to panic.
Kazumi's gonna grab your hand. I don't know if you feel it in the meditative state, but she is going to reach over and grab one of your hands.
Iron grip.
Okay. That would be a 16.
16. Okay. As you start to hear Mariko hyperventilating, you instinctively reach out and you realize that you definitely feel like you were grabbing Mariko's hand. The vision flashes multiple times. You swear that you hear coughing, crying children. But the sounds are very, very distant and kind of echoey and garbled. And the vision flashes back and forth between lush and vibrant and that barren wasteland. And eventually, again, the area goes dark, and there's that same elven figure standing there, pale skin, white hair, pupilless, white glowing eyes, bow in hand, and it is looking at you, Kasumi, staring you down.
What do you want from her?
you're not sure how. The face is looking at you, but you get the sense that the eyes look towards Moriko. A warning for the lost child.
Is she the lost child?
The face now turns to look towards Moriko, and both of you are pulled back roughly out of the vision, right back into your bodies in the wagon, and feeling almost like someone just sort of gave you a good thump in the chest. You kind of reel back, and you are actually reaching out and holding Mariko's hand. With that history check, Kasumi, you recognize that area. That looked like one of the port towns around Kudon Harbor in Takatari.
Yeah.
Mariko is going to wild shape into a moth cat and just sploot on the ground.
Well, that's not usually how meditations go. So he just crosses her arms.
Ooh, actually, I need both of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah,
Okay.
God damn it. That's better. Way better. 19.
19?
2.
2.
Oh no.
Moriko, you feel like you're not ravenous, but you are kind of hungry. Kasumi, when you pop out of this, you feel completely dehydrated. Your head is dizzy. Your stomach is audibly grumbling as if you haven't eaten in days. You're to the point where you feel like you might just pass out from it. You suffer a point of exhaustion.
Okay. Well, I need some water. And she looks up and kitchen seems like so far away, and she's reaches out towards the kitchen.
Fluff is just going to go over, try to pick up the little cup of water and try to bring it back.
Hamburger's gonna help because Hamburger likes to stay in the wagon.
Shed.
It's not easy for Fluff. The glass is huge and he is small. You would eventually be able to get yourself something to eat from the pantry and something to drink. You do start to feel a little bit better, but that fatigue is just weighing heavily on you for the rest of the day.
Do you always feel like you were hit by a train when that happens?
You don't know what that is, Moriko.
Mariko just gives a pitiful squeak of a moth cat. She is still
Okay.
splooted.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. That's not supposed to happen. I need a nap. She looks over and she's like, I don't feel like going up the stairs, so she's going to go into fox form and just turn into a loaf. Right there.
Loaf. Action. 2 though. 1 brains.
A fox loaf.
It was kind of quiet. Didn't quite hear what you said.
Huh?
I didn't quite hear what Zahn was saying.
2 loaves, 1 brain cell.
Oh, okay. Pez and Brick, you are able to, by the end of the day, fully construct Chimali's arm, and having followed the instructions to his specifications, once it is complete, he is able to socket it in place, begins going through the motions of testing it. Everything seems to be functioning.
Yeah.
2 of you take a point of inspiration for having helped a master goldsmith.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Inspiration! It's an inspiration dice, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it'll be... I think it's a D10 at this point. I'll check on it.
I have a little ray of sunshine on my character sheet.
Same.
Zon, you have helped with repairing the forge quite a bit. More of the forges are back up and running. There's still quite a bit left to be done. Some of the stones were completely destroyed for the furnaces, and more would need to be hewn and brought in. But it would seem like the forge is at the capacity that it is able to currently function. Is there anything else anyone wants to do for the rest of the day?
I will go back to the cart. If we finish before the day's over.
You go back to... Sorry, real quick. You go back to the cart, and you see a fox and 2 little moth cats just on the floor.
I pick both of them up, and then I scritch both of their
There's
heads
3 of them.
slowly.
Which 2 do you pick up? This is
Oh,
very
shit.
important. You may grab the wrong
Is one of them pink?
Technically Fluff does have pink on her.
Not the question. Is one of them more pink than the other?
Make an intelligence check.
I am not colorblind. Which one of them's more pink?
Make an intelligence check.
Wait. Are bunnies colorblind?
That's a good question.
Because Fluff is based off Rosie Maple Moth.
Okay, cool. It's a 12.
12?
They have limited color vision.
You can just shut the fuck up.
You know that one of them is Moriko. But you've only seen Fluff a few times. You're not 100% sure which one's which. But you have a 50-50 chance. Kasumi's easy. She's got a lot of tails.
I'm gonna pick up whichever one looks more like 50-50, fuck it.
Yeah, you pick up Fluff.
Well, apparently I'm scratching Fluff and Sumi's head slowly. And I'll reach over and scritch the third one's head every once in a while.
Fluff spazzes and like scrambles to get out of your hands.
Now you're really not sure which one's which.
I will softly... Wait, how big is... Are you like...
Small.
Oh yeah, I will pick the
Like
one that
teeny,
didn't scramble out and put on leg and scritch softly on head. Not much.
Do you
That
allow
did not
this?
work out last time.
Rika just gives the most pitiful squeak.
Hamburger is also there wanting puppies.
Sumi is ragdoll sleeping right now. So like you can like move her around and stuff, but she's just staying asleep.
The tired puppy that just sort of flops
Yeah.
in any way that you hold them.
Zon
Yeah.
will see that fucking Hamburger's needy to sigh. They put Hamburger on his head, and now he is covered in everything. And then he sees Magnus. He's like, "Good damn it!" He will sit there and scritch and wiggle ears. Yeah.
Okay. Pez, Brick, anything?
Brick's just gonna check in again with Chimali, be like, "Cool, what else do we need to do? Because this is we have one more day before the Empress is here." Yes.
I'm needy.
She may be here tomorrow.
What's she look like? What is she? I don't even know what an empress is. Is it like another super mayor?
It's like a super duper mayor.
Oh.
She is an Arakocra.
A what?
I was not expecting that.
Her
What's
father.
a kaka?
We're all going to die!
And it's not going to
doesn't
be
know.
because of me!
This time!
This time.
Pez isn't learned. He doesn't know nothing.
Learned.
Well, weren't you around? No, actually, I don't remember. No, never mind.
Sorry, real quick, trying to find something.
Aw.
Got it. Found it. She has only ruled for perhaps a decade after her father passed away. She is young, but fair. I do not believe she is. And he seems to pause and look for the word, or the right word to use. Cruel or eager to give punishments. But I have only seen Empress Izel a handful of times.
So, I'm talking like another turtle or like a big cat? What?
You remember the wizard from the Nightly Kingdom?
Which one?
The bird one.
Oh, bird. Okay, got it.
Yep.
Even technically speaking, he was an owlin, but close enough. Close enough for Pez.
Yeah. It's a bird.
Collective.
They're tasty. All right.
Just give me the shuffle back. Ooh, Zon.
Yes.
Full moon.
Oh God, why?
Are you glowing?
Where, bunny?
Well,
If
if Kasumi and or Mariko just look at Zon, you're gonna notice his face is a little different.
It's the first time this has happened?
Yeah.
Because he forgot to tell me.
Oh, man.
Kind of forgot, remembered.
80 sessions worth.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and whenever you guys come home, if you look at Zon, his face will be different. Thank you for letting me know. Are they home yet?
I mean,
Has
we're
anybody
not home
looked?
yet, but
3 of them are on your head.
Wow, Kasumi's cuss the heck out, but
Yeah.
True.
Again, Brick is going to confer. Okay, his side project is not happening, and then head back to the cart.
Okay. Well,
Pez, are you coming with?
yeah, I guess. I mean, gotta get ready for third person.
Okay. We walk in. What do we see?
you'll notice his eyes, which are normally green. Brick, remember when Zon banished you to that really not fun place that he's from?
Yeah.
That's what his eyes look like. So instead of green, his pupils are that swirling purple and red, just not fun color to look at. What?
Do you know, your eyes?
I use them to see, yes.
They change color.
Well, then I cast spells, yes, they do.
No, I mean,
You look ugly.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's a cream for that.
Surprise! This is not how I expected this to go.
No, I'm sorry, force of habit, insulting you. No, it's your eyes aren't green anymore. They're purple.
Kind of swirly looking.
We don't have a mirror in the cart, do we?
There's broken glass everywhere. I pick up a pane of glass. Ow. And I show it to him.
Is it? Mm,
It's not really how that works.
I throw the glass.
He's like, here, look. You just see Pez. This is what
I'm
you look like.
I'm hideous. What have you done to me? Is there a piece of... Actually, what was I doing? I do.
yeah, I don't have spells anymore. I can't cast minor image.
Can I use one of the... I mean, would a black pearl be shiny enough to give a reflection off?
To some extent.
Got a gun.
It's a black pearl.
That's a good point. Is the gun shiny enough?
I
There's a-
spit on those.
There's a lot of moving parts on there. And none of them are just like big and flat.
Could I shine part of me enough to be reflective?
Yeah, show him your ass. That's shiny.
God.
It's polished.
Oh.
These cheeks are new!
You get that new car smell.
By some manner of shenaniganery and or
There is
reflective.
some way that you can somewhat see your reflection. Pouring water into a bucket, looking at Brick's ass, whichever one suits your fancy.
I didn't think of the water bucket one. Yeah, that's really clever. Good job.
Nope.
The
Ass
reason why
ahoy.
you lead this campaign.
All hail the fearless leader.
Huh.
I hate all of you.
But that's different.
Yeah.
Again, there's a cream for that if you need it.
All kind of joking aside, this is the first time you're seeing this. This is new.
Are you feeling okay? Do you feel like murdering everyone?
How many fingers am I holding up?
No, don't really feel murdering. I think. Just gonna look down at the two fluffy things. Nah, I don't feel like killing them. Or anything.
Oh, that's good. You don't have like a squid radar now, do you?
The squid
Damn, do I
eye.
have squid radar now? No, not really.
Like, you're not sensing anything out there that might, I don't know.
What the hell are you on about?
I don't know. Maybe when he's like this, he can sense those. What are they fucking called?
I don't actually remember.
I'm gonna
maybe
put on
he
my
can-
anti-disguise
maybe he can
goggles.
Maybe he can sense the grime. I don't know.
No.
Better not be grime in here. Snail cleaned all that up.
No, like the big squid person.
Nine.
Oh, the sexy chick. Yeah, that's right.
Debatable. It But nine, I do not feel different in any way. This must be a purely cosmetic thing.
Technically,
Maybe one for makeup.
yeah. I mean-
Zana pushes his backpack a little farther behind his.
Look, if you want out west, there were some kobolds who wore like spectacles in the sun. I think they called them like sunglasses or something. I could make you some of those that you could put on just to hide the. Ugh.
Also, it might be interesting to, or not interesting, might be careful about letting Kasumi see it, what state that she is in. It's okay.
Yeah, I was about to ask. Are they okay?
They are. Actually, I have no idea. All I know is they have been scratching heads, and they seem very tired.
There's bald spots. He's been scratching him so much.
No, I would never do that.
I kind of look over, see Kasumi's asleep. Is Mariko asleep, or is she just...
Splooted. Just splooted, face down, and just the most pitiful squeaks.
Mariko? Do you want to talk about it? Okay.
Zahn,
Did you have another
as
bad
Brick
dream?
asks this question and you see Moriko's head move, you go, "You're the one!"
Damn!
I was like, okay. Did you have another bad dream? Was it different?
Mariko's gonna hop off of Zon, change bags. He's like,
Thank God.
she's not that dumb.
No.
She's just gonna just sit there, looking down at the ground. Kind of got expanded upon, and Kasumi kind of got dragged into it with me.
Oh.
Well, I've already asked too much. You said you didn't want to talk about it.
I'm scared to sleep.
Yeah, I've been there.
I mean, if only you had somebody who's familiar with stuff like this. It's very helpful.
Yeah. If only we knew a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I think this has to do with the god, and the last couple times you got really upset when we talked about gods, so I don't want to upset people, and I mean,
to be fair, he might be the expert on gods, but I'm the expert on visions from gods.
I mean, I've had visions too.
Yeah, but how many have you had?
And
About
how
90.
many of them were caused by bean juice?
peyote.
I had so much caffeine in me. I'm tired.
I can see the fifth dimension.
Can't even count that high.
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to, but I am willing to listen.
Okay.
We all have the noggins that we can put together and possibly figure something out. But this is always at the pace that you want it to. But letting it sit for a long time could also make things worse. So, no pressure or anything.
What do you think it means that she said a warning for the lost child?
Okay, this is the same type of vision before, where woods, eyes, elvish figure, correct?
Woods, eyes, Elvis figure, little harbor town that kept flitting between foliage and then barren wasteland, clear water, dark water, no water.
Oh, this sounds frighteningly familiar.
So this vision, you said that this person was, whoever this figure is watching you, and the forest around you and other various aspects of the area start to decay and or die
Yes.
for the most part?
Yes.
Sorry, for clarification, it starts with the forest, but then the vision moves away to a harbor town where the ground seems to be fairly flat, almost as far as the eye can see. There's no woods nearby to that.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
do the woods... I'm sorry, I try not to listen to things that don't pretend to be in that, because it helps me not metagame.
Mm-hmm.
So, does the forest change in any way, shape, or form, or is the forest stagnant, and then when you move...
The forest
everything
seems the same as it always is.
Okay. But when you go to this harbor town, the harbor town seems like everything is either destroyed, decayed, and or, dies.
Lack of water.
So, based off of personal experience, and knowing a little bit of your history, I think we can all assume that you are, in fact, the lost child.
Yep.
And since
I don't
this
like
is
this.
Yeah, that's about par for the course. This is actually very similar to something that happened to me. So you're in company. I was gonna say
Wait.
good company, but
Are you an orphan?
I would say yes, considering I'm pretty 90% sure my parents are dead.
My condolences.
so, first possibility. This is something from your past that's already happened. Like maybe this is the place where you lived, or a place where you visited, and she's letting you know, hey, if you're gonna try to find out about your past, It's not going to be a fun ride. Lots of bad shit happened. Possibility number 2 is this is either a place from your past or something that's important to you or to the whole group. Because again, last time this happened, the god that reached out to me was like, "Hey, something fucky's going down," and showed me something very similar to you, just with a lot more mushrooms. It's a whole thing.
I'm going to interrupt.
Yeah.
Right. You said that Kasumi was there? Has that been the second time?
It happened again when Kasumi was trying to help me learn how to meditate to ease the mind, and everything was going fine. And we got into the trance state, and then both of us got pulled into the vision.
Did Kasumi make mention of anything that she noticed? Was anything familiar to her? Was
Once we got out of the vision, she just went for water and food and just out.
How long has Kasumi been getting the scritches for? Would you say?
A few hours.
Don will pick up Sploot, Fox, and just kind of.
Don't do that.
That's not a good idea.
Don't shake the baby.
Not shaking the baby. I was gonna hold her eye to eye, and I'm like, chest height.
Make
And,
either an investigation check or a perception check. Yes, you.
Perception.
The one about to get his face clawed off.
8 + 9, 17.
17. You've you've held Kasumi before in her fox form. You're relatively familiar with what she should feel like. She feels thinner. Like she hasn't been eating for a few days.
Rick, get the Wiener Schnitzel! I do not. I guess I will notice this.
It's kind of like when you're petting your dog or your cat and they feel normal, but then you start to feel ribs and like something's not right. That's the kind of feeling you're getting here.
Rejoice, all. We are going to France tonight. For Kasumi needs to eat. Because she is very skinny.
What time is it?
When you squeeze her ribs,
Softly, like, not trying to wake you up, squeeze.
I mean, you're kind of fox handling her.
yeah, she wakes up, but just one eye opens and squints at you, and you see the corner of one of her like canine like teeth kind of show.
He lifts you up to his face and points you at his eyes.
Claw eyes out. Do it.
Okay, well, she's gonna jump out of your grip. Are you just gonna let it happen?
I mean, I didn't expect it, so I'm not gonna stop it.
She's gonna use your chest to push off with her feet.
Springboard.
Parkour.
Yeah, that doesn't affect me at all. Tiny bugs, big button.
I hold up a 10 card.
Perfect, Isma.
She's gonna scurry off to a corner underneath the table somewhere.
Kasumi, if you need to know a little bit about Moriko's things that you experienced with her, if you would not mind giving your input. Sorry to awaken you, but we kind of need to know information.
You don't hear anything for a second, but then you hear like heavy breathing, panting from a fox. Woken up from a sleep and startled awake.
I'm scared.
Stared into the abyss of nothingness.
So after a second, She is going to be kind of down in low form and just inching her paws forward out from where she was hiding.
And will pick himself up and turn himself while still sitting towards Kasumi. Come on.
Look, like, okay, son,
Yeah.
go get Ferns ready. We'll handle her.
Wait, go get friends. Out of character. Go get friends.
Ferns.
Oh, ferns. Ferns. Yeah. Oh, okay.
The accent's a bit thick.
This will be fun. Yeah. So Zon's just like, okay. Goes over to the cupboard. Neep. Neep. Neep.
Step 1, step 2, step 3. Okay.
Profit.
When she's finally out from under where she was hiding, she is going to transition back into a human form, but she will remain laying prone on the ground with her arms crossed in front of her.
I just realized. Didn't finish my thought earlier. Anyway. Other thing it could be is a warning like, hey, this thing is going to happen somewhere. This is very important. So, yeah. That was
I
what I was
don't know
trying to say
where it
before.
is. We're talking about your vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in Takatari.
Shit.
I don't think I've ever been there.
Well,
I thought you didn't remember much before the mountains.
Like I said, I don't think. No
Well-
think. Head empty. Only trauma.
Again, it could be... Again, it could be very similar to what happened to me. I'd never been to Drybell, and yet I kept getting visions about that shit.
Big mushrooms. Big.
Fucking mushrooms.
Mushroom.
well, knowing
Okay.
our goal to go north, we just need to be prepared if we go over there. That could
What?
be what we're headed towards.
Why don't we all go to Ferns? Because, no offense, Kasumi. Oh. As we wait
Gotta get
for her
some
batteries.
Gotta get some batteries. Hot swap.
D&D Beyond is proudly not sponsored by batteries.
D&D Beyond is... What?
Nothing.
Look,
Don't
I
worry about it.
was looking at D&D Beyond.
Oh.
You back? Okay. Why don't we all go to Ferns and discuss the game plan? Because, little did we know that tomorrow, the super mayor bird lady, I think she was called Empress or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Apparently
the,
she's coming.
Yeah, the Empress is going to be here either tomorrow, probably, maybe the day after, but probably tomorrow.
So I
And
think,
she apparently wants to meet us.
yeah,
Or me. Pretty sure it's
most
us.
likely you. But
I'm gonna
anyway,
feel really weird if it's just me.
we should all go eat so we can all rest up and be all healthy and hearty, not show no ribs. No offense. But,
What time
Yeah.
is it at Burns?
At Ferns? Wee hours of the morning.
Unfortunate.
Like,
and
Zon,
breakfast for dinner.
it's starting to get dark in Aztlan, and you open the door to Ferns, and it is dark. Like the
This
sun
is
hasn't even
normal dark.
thought of rising yet.
This is enhanced darkness. Okay. Is he open or is he closed?
There's no lights.
Probably
on.
asleep.
You look
He's
out the
probably
windows.
sleeping.
It is pitch black. It is the middle of the night, like early morning.
Ah. Sun's gonna slowly, quietly back up and go back to the door.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
Brick is gonna go into once he's back, Brick is gonna close the door, open the food locker or whatever, and go in there and see if he can't find something to scrounge up for the biologicals.
Hey, you know, maybe I should do that since you aren't organic.
I
Maybe
know
I
what
should
food
do
looks
some-
like. I've seen you guys eat it tons of times.
Maybe I should do it because you cook with bugs and dirt.
No, I don't. I cook with
Bugs and dirt?
flowers too.
Hmm.
Beans.
Sammy's
Primarily
falling
beans.
back asleep on the floor.
Zon's gonna pat the Pez. I will help with the Moriko,
What?
do you not cook at all?
I know how to put meat over a fire and cook it.
Okay, Pez, Moriko. No, not Brick. You will help me. And we will
At this
make-
point, by the time you guys have had this conversation, Brick has already come back out of the pantry with bread, assorted meats, maybe a thing of cheese if we have it. Like, he's just got the ingredients. He's not cooking anything. He's just retrieving the stuff for you guys to eat.
A peasant meal.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We will cook some of this meat.
and cheese.
And cheese. Meat with melted cheese.
Might be onto something.
Yeah.
Let's do it. We will have meat with melted cheese on
And
it.
then put bread on both sides of that.
And then put
Cut it
bread
very
on.
thinly.
I
or
would do that very
thickly.
thinly.
I don't
Just
know.
have, like, large circular things with cheese and then bread. We
You
will
could do
call it
that.
a meat sandwich. No, that's stupid.
I feel like if you cut the meat too thin, then it's just going to be in and out of you.
Well,
Yeah.
see, like, but within meat, you could also add like
I'm so glad you got
mushrooms
that.
and peppers. I remember someone from a far off place. I think it's Philadelphia, something like that. Yeah, they.
Oh yes, the Delphi affiliate. Yes.
Anyway, you all
We're
have a
pretending
lovely
like we've never had
evening.
sandwiches.
I wake Kasumi up and force her to eat, even if she's mad at me. Because I care. I will take the cuts, the scrapes, and the bites.
Well, she's in
will
human
suck.
form, asleep on her stomach.
I will take the cuts, and the scrapes, and the bites.
Maybe turn into Jade.
I will sacrifice so that she may eat.
Those of you who wish to eat can eat. Some of you have a restful sleep. Mariko may struggle a little bit to sleep.
She is hesitant to sleep, but she tries.
The
Can I-
burger will be on you, loafing.
Can Zon, I mean, it's not really her own racist thing, but can Zon, like, bless, prayer her to maybe...
You can say a prayer if you like.
You just like sneeze on her. Bless you.
At you.
Oh, God, no. Ew. No. Why would you put... No. Ew. Now all I can think about is just somebody just... all over you when you're fucking next to them. God, no. Thank
Jesus blesses you.
Yeah.
With
Zon will,
snot.
Zon will just say a prayer that he's aware of, that he knew growing up, to see if maybe it'll help. Probably won't, but it's a thought that fucking counts.
Well, as coincidences would happen, no visions.
Oh, God. Sorry.
No visions. The night is very restful. It goes by with no issues. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Woo.
All right.
So we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Don't go too terribly far away.
We gotta go over to the Greek/Roman place.
Yeah, you got to go visit Romana and invent pizza.
New mission acquired.
And we are back with a new goal in mind.
Fuck the cultists.
So, as we left off but a few brief moments ago, you had another restful sleep, no visions. Assuming you have a long rest, so your point of exhaustion goes away. You do still wake up in the morning hungrier than normal, but otherwise you feel okay. So, what's the plan? The day is yours.
I'm going to tidy up the wagon as best I can, and I guess me, Tez, personally, is just gonna wait to see if, like, any officials come by to either A, murder us, or B, invite us to murder us.
Interesting.
Do I know mending?
I do.
I do.
Well, you can mend all the glass and all that.
I think so.
You could
Take a long time.
if Snail hadn't. eaten
Oh,
it.
that's right.
Yeah. Snail
Well,
deemed it a
hindsight's
mess,
20/20.
so he cleaned it.
There.
Zahn will check in on Kasumi.
She still comes down to get her morning tea. She does her morning routine. She is a little bit slower moving than she has in the past, but she does come down and have her tea and kind of take in the morning.
Zahn's
Want
gonna
some
just
bacon?
sit there. Like, so how you doing?
I've been better. It's been a few days. It's been a rough few days.
Aw. Y'all wanna talk about it?
Well, I mean, a good portion of it. We were all there, so we know what happened. But also, yesterday's meditation was not normal. I didn't feel right after it. Really tired and hungry.
Was that before or after you kicked me in the chest?
That was before.
Oh, okay.
I kicked you in the chest because you woke me up with your weird. What happened to your eyes?
They're still like that, by the way.
Yeah. Why?
As far as I can tell, it's just purely a aesthetic. And assuming that the moon was full, it's probably safe to assume that while the moon will be full, they will be like this.
That's really bizarre.
Weird.
So it's just, where did you come from, Gremlin?
You're sitting at my bed.
Ah, yeah. Does that make sense?
There is weirdly a clean, like Pez shape on the floor.
As pose shape.
Okay. The dirt's not on the floor, it's on Pez.
Right. It's like when the dog sleeps on the patio and there's a quick rainstorm, there's just an outline. It's that, but dirt.
Need to get a pole, attach it to Pez, and just use him to get the dirt off the floor.
I would smear a lot of stuff.
No, gross. So, yeah, not really sure. I'm just going to roll it.
What?
Just realized Brick said we're getting a visitor possibly today.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes,
As you mentioned as you mentioned Brick's name, you all hear a thunk, ow, as Brick tries to exit the library, but he keeps forgetting he's a few inches taller than he used to be.
Do you have a hood or something that you could wear that like cloaks your eyes? And she like holds her hand out.
So he does have a cloak. He pulls it up, and his face is now dark, but you can see the eyes clear as fucking day.
Take that back off.
I got something.
What? Does it look? Do I look?
That
do I
was
look
worse.
ugly?
That
Why?
was because that's all. Then all I could see was your eyes glowing.
I'm
Brick
gonna
comes
let you
downstairs.
borrow my plague doctor hood mask.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Will not wear that.
Why?
Why?
I have dignity.
Are his eyes still
And-
glowing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good morning to you too.
Mortem.
Well,
Did you dent the ceiling?
No.
Are you
I don't believe you.
lying?
Maybe.
Look, I'll carve a little arch.
No,
Your
it's
head.
fine. I just got to get used to ducking a little lower than normal. Oh, I forgot yesterday with all the DreamWorks. And Brick pulls out, takes his backpack off, rummages around it, and pulls out a scroll. Was doing a little test on my abilities, and I apparently can't cast spells like I used to. Like, I still sort of have access to magic, but only in certain circumstances, so I can't use this anymore. Kasumi, I assume you can find a use for it, and he'll hand you a spell scroll for Disintegrate.
I will be the intermediary and pass it from Brick to
You
Kasumi.
literally can't. No.
Do you snatch it from Brick's hands?
And no, he's too tall.
Yeah, I just yank it up when I see him go for it. Just no.
Don't even have to go the house. Just like, no.
Nope.
She grabs it, takes a peek at the top. I'm assuming I read this and I can use it?
So it's a little bit more complicated than that, but this is a 6th level spell, which means to use it, you kind of have to take a gamble that it's going to work. Also, you're the only one who can use it now because this is a certain type of spell. But yeah, you kind of have to gamble that it's going to work, so it may or may not go off, but if it goes off, you have a very powerful one-time use spell.
So I read it and then it just happens?
Yeah, point and shoot, just like any other spell.
Do I have to read it before? Or do I read it when I want to use it?
Read it when you want to use it. Don't read it right now, else one of us might turn into that guy that disintegrated back at the Nightly Kingdoms that we saw.
Okay. Well, I've never used magic like this before, so this will be interesting.
Well,
Okay.
none of
She
us can
just
use it.
tucks it in her pack.
So, should we go out and talk to... God, is...
Chimali?
Yes, that one.
Yeah, you just need to be prepared to explain yourself to everyone that sees your face.
I'm hideous. Don't look at me.
I'm a monster.
It will be fine.
So, remind me, his eyes, it's not like he has like a purple iris. It's like the whole thing is purple.
No, the irises are purple. Where they were green before, it is now purple/red.
Well, that's not as bad. I thought we were talking like demon eyes from like
Yes! My eyes will steal your souls! No.
Okay.
That would be really, really great.
Well, what's the plan?
Yes, we go talk to Chimali and see if the Empress is here yet, and if not, I'm gonna keep working on getting this place back up and running so I can pursue our own objectives.
Okay.
Has there been enough like scrap metal and random bits and bobs so I can make some ammunition? 'Cause I'm running low.
You would have been able to squirrel away a handful of scrap metal here and there while you were working on Chimali's arm.
Kill.
Roll 2 d20s for me.
2 d20s? It just so happens I have 2 of them right here.
Oh, weird how that works out, isn't it?
Oh, double 9s.
Double 9s? So you get about 100 rounds of ammo made.
Jesus.
Now, you will
Nines
have to
get
divvy that up between your different types of guns if you're using pistols, shotguns, and whatnot.
I'm encumbered again.
I'm encumbered.
Also, to roll back real quick, when I was asking Chimali about my little side project that we talked about weeks ago now, he was implying that after I got done helping Pez with the arm, maybe Pez could help me with that because he would be too busy, correct?
He said that there were other things that took priority.
Right. Okay. Just clarifying that.
Yep.
Oh, I was rummaging through my backpack and I pull out this giant ass silver dragon Odachi sword. Who wants it?
I kind of just look between Zahn and myself. Can anyone else use it?
Great, what is this? Sorry,
Uh,
this is my only vote.
Big ass
rare-
sword.
Yeah, great sword. I can barely hold. How am I even holding it? I'm strong.
Remind me what it was called again, DM? I know that I knew that we were already told it was, but I don't.
The silver dragon Odachi? It is ice. Cold sword.
You said you didn't want it.
I would do nothing but sell it. So, yeah.
Well, then in that case, if we are in hot water with the Empress, then we can use this to cool down the situation
I hate to ever
by
say such a
offering it
shaft.
to her. No, not
Ah, okay.
look,
That's, I like that better.
a gift, not murder.
I mean,
Here you go, Empress. Fuck. All right, so yeah, I guess let's
where
go.
was that posted?
What? What was the question?
Where was that posted? That item?
He told Pez and I since
I was gonna take a look at it for myself since I didn't know. Just trying to
type in silver in the item search.
fair fucking point.
So, you all are going to look for Chimali?
Yes.
Mhm.
As long as everyone is okay with this. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Wunderbar.
So you all
Let us go.
go down into the forge. You all find Chimali. Moriko and Kasumi, you see that he has his arm back. And he seems to be working quite diligently at the forges himself. In the past, you have seen him instructing or directing, but now it seems like he is taking a personal go at working the forge, whether he's making something specific, helping to speed along the repair process to get the smithy up and running like it should be. Either way, he is there. Not difficult to find. And as you approach, he kind of looks towards you, gives you a nod, but he seems to be focused on what he is doing.
Is there any room for us to jump in and help?
You have that thought cross your mind, and you saw Pez working, and the other smiths working. You get the feeling that if you were to try and help, you would be getting in his way. He is truly a master of the craft, to the point of not even half the time not even seeming to be looking at what he's doing. He's just doing it. The hand that you helped him create, as he pulls the heated metal out, the hand is turning into a tool implement, and he's hammering away at it. Or he'll pull out a wedge to start cutting the heated metal, and he seems to just be in a rhythm and is just going for it.
Well,
that, and you're not entirely
busy.
sure what it is he is trying to do.
He's busy. Hey, Pets.
What?
Do you have anything going on until we are called away for the Empress?
Let me check my schedule. I don't have one.
You wanna help me out with a personal endeavor.
And that would be.
I kind of look around at the rest of the group.
Look,
Oh,
I'm
yes,
pretty sure
Rick,
we're all
don't let us
entitled to know.
Yes. Please, hide something from us. That worked out so great last time.
Hoping this surprise will be a bit more well received.
Yes.
Pretty sure we don't like surprises from you no more.
As I...
Okay, hold up. Pest, come here. And
Fine.
he like goes over aside, pulls out a piece of paper that he was been drawing on, and like shows you a schematic, and I'll send you the picture.
Son just leans over to Kasumi Mariko. Wonder how well this one will go over.
If I can find.
Kasumi just crosses her arms. She doesn't say anything.
Depending what it is, I could probably morph into that giant snail and turn him off again.
Oh. Going to remember that.
But remember, I may lose my mental faculties.
I will bonk you on the head till you return to your faculties.
Right, I can't find the picture, so I'll just describe it.
Just see Zan, Kasumi, and Mariko just frown more and more as time passes.
Let me see if I still have it.
Yeah, I'll find it in our chat, Ian. But I just
Interesting.
kind of... there it is.
Nope, can't find it.
I found it.
I've done nothing and I'm all out of ideas.
I mean, it's possible if we have all the materials. I mean, we could even do this in our wagon when we fix it up and get that forge going.
True, but we don't really have a forge here, and we don't have a forge there at the moment, and we have access here as long as we're not in the way or taking precious resources away.
Pretty sure we would be in the way.
Shit.
Ian, you look perplexed.
I thought you had gotten a forge put in there.
We do.
Did we? I thought we
Yeah.
just had like a tinker set up. I didn't think we had a forge.
It's a small
Yeah.
forge.
Very small.
Like,
It'll be perfect
okay,
size for
You're
this.
not going to make wagon wheel parts, but it was enough for him to be able to make gun parts.
Okay, if you say we do, we do. Yeah, do you think we
He
could?
paid for it.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was gonna be
Yeah.
really. I didn't remember. That was my bad. Dude, you want
To be fair, that was like a year ago in
in real time.
in Crossroads.
Yeah. Do you want to help me procure some materials, and then we'll go until it's time?
Sure, yeah. I ain't got nothing better to do other than eat a bug.
Crunchy.
I appreciate your help.
Depends on the bug.
Could be squishy.
Oh.
So the other three are still standing there looking at you two, just...
He's just like looking over a piece of paper.
Also, by the way, if you keep bending over like that, your back will probably seize up. I don't have an oil can on me, so...
Thanks for the warning. And he folds up the paper, puts it back in the backpack. Shall we?
Away we go.
Okay. Brick looks at everyone else. We're gonna go back to the wagon and work on something.
Yes, that thing that you told us you would tell us what it is. So is that,
When it's done.
Look, I'll vouch for him.
She's gonna look at Zon.
Won't hate him.
Mm-hmm.
Operation Snail is still in the pocket.
Keeps that in mind. Kasumi.
Kasumi just has her arms crossed.
And some will look at Brick.
Look, alright, I'm putting out a disclosure. I am being used as a tool and an implement in his schemes, so if there's any ire directed towards him,
You will share it equally.
40 80. Wait, no, that's not how math works. Anyway, I'll take 40%. He can take 80%. Come on, Brick, let's
Simple
go.
math.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna go work on that in the tools.
You ladies want to go grab... Wait, what time is it for... Oh, no, that's right. It's in the morning.
early morning.
Yeah, we can't go to France. Or can we go to France?
At the very least, it'll take you a few days. It's fairly intricate work. And it's not something that either of you have ever really worked on before. Pez has the dexterity, but he doesn't have that familiarity of making something like that.
Right.
So there will be some trial and error as he tries to get the designs right.
Okay. I just wanted to get started.
Yeah. The other three of you,
That's what I would do.
as they walk off into the wagon.
So, what do you two want to do?
Weren't we supposed to wait for somebody to show up?
Yeah, probably. Think. Hey, we're still standing in the same area that Chimali's working, right?
The three of you hear a loud hissing as Chimali dunks a bit of metal into some oil to quench it. Oh,
He's frozen.
lose Mariko. Oh,
Mhm.
she'll be back. She always comes back.
It's like a boomerang.
So, as we stall for time, since this kind of involves her,
Yeah.
Do Brick and I need to roll anything just to get that going?
you know what? Sure.
Okay.
Make either a dexterity check each, or give one an advantage, since you are.
I will
technically
give
helping
you
each other.
advantage, good sir.
Oh. All right. I also have my inspiration, too,
Oh, that's
that I'm not going to use.
That's fair.
Ooh, good thing I had
inspiration.
advantage. Ooh. 23.
Math was really hard. Going for most of the day, you make pretty decent headway. At the very least, you have a general shape of what you want it to be. Essentially making like a flat template mold, something that you're going to shape the rest of it around. And you start that process. You start getting the measurements right and what you're planning on doing. If you can do it out of one piece or all a bunch of little individual pieces, and if you have to stamp stuff out, you have the groundwork ready to go.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I will take it.
I don't think she's back yet.
Not quite.
There she is.
There we go.
Hello.
Sorry, I keep hearing crackling in the back. I'm like, please don't let that be electrical.
Oh,
Just a bag in the trash can.
Hopefully.
Could be one of the cats eating plastic.
Well, neither one of them are in my room.
So Chimali dunks a piece of metal into some oil to quench it. He turns back to look at the three of you that are still there, and he kind of furrows his brow and seems to be thinking, he was only somewhat paying attention, so he's not sure where the other two ran off to.
Chimali, do you know when's leader princess lady is supposed to be here?
I do not know when the Empress will arrive, but it will be difficult to miss.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I am curious. Have you decided what to do with your friend?
I mean, I don't think we're planning on killing Brick yet. But I mean, give it time.
My apologies. I mean the one we put into the stone.
Oh. Do not think that is my call to make. Think that is something I will leave up to Pez. To be fair. I will check. I am not entirely sure, to be honest with you.
It was merely curiosity.
I will make sure if I find something out, I'll just let you know.
We do not have the beasts to pull such a structure here. It will need to be something we request for. Unless you are to use the stone.
I'm not entirely sure. I will ask. I think the idea was to infuse it into the cart, but I do not know if we spoke of it more.
Yeah, that's a decision that Pest needs to make his opinion known for.
I understand. Just let me know, and I shall request one to be delivered as soon as possible.
We appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, I think we should probably get out of here. And your son looks at him. Business. He just thinks to himself, because he doesn't have hair.
I do have much to do to get the area working once more, but it will be soon completed.
I am happy to hear that. So, Marika, let's get out of here. We don't need to buzz them anymore.
Okay.
And while we are walking out, Zan will lean over to Kasumi. I do think I owe you an apology, though.
For
Zan will just like twiddle his thumbs. To be fair, I get jealous that you are able to interact with Shenshei by being honest.
Oh, so you're referring to when you get upset.
I would not call it getting upset. I would, yeah, okay, fine, I get upset.
Well, you don't need to apologize for that. We are aware of the situation that caused you to have such a reaction. And it's difficult when you're constantly reminded of that.
I will get over it. It will take time.
Time is the best part of healing.
Yes. I plan on living a long, chaotic, long life. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's everyone's goal, but just know that we don't get upset with you for having emotions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
Hmm?
So, what should we do?
Sit somewhere where we can see the entrance, maybe?
Is there like a DM? Is there like a, for lack of a better word, like a road or like a
No.
pathway to get into this area?
Nope. All the grass that you see and the foliage seems to be relatively untouched. There's
Pretty sure the wagon is by the entrance.
The wagon is by the entrance, but there's no, like, trail. There's no road that you can see.
Oh. Well, I guess we can just sit and, almost said meditate.
No.
and see if we can see the, princess come.
I wouldn't mind some fresh air. Simi's gonna start her way out the entrance.
Okay.
Same. I'm Mariko.
Those of you sitting outside, make a perception check. With Brick and Pez toiling away.
Say 27.
27?
Wait, no.
13.
Yeah,
13. Dice Tower.
Huh?
What'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. The air is humid, as it has been. A little bit moist. But still, it's weirdly calming being out here with all the wildlife. At one point, there was a fairly hefty breeze that blew through that kind of gives you this sensation like there might be maybe a storm coming sometime soon. But it was just one gust. Nothing else seems to really come of it. You all wait for another hour or so, and Zahn, you were the first to hear what sounds like many, many footsteps coming in synchronicity from the jungle towards you.
I'll get Mariko and Kasumi's attention, gesture to the area in which I hear sound.
Okay. They're actively looking in that direction.
Okay. A little bit more time goes by, and you hear footsteps behind you. Coming up from underneath from the bowels of Chichimec, you see Chimali and Oatly, the head guard, or the head solar blade, come up from below. And behind them seems to be about 20 or 30 of the normal retinue stomping up the stairs towards you. You've seen a lot of the patrols and the guards patrolling around, and these seem a lot more flamboyant and colorful, much more presentery than the normal combat readiness of the solar blades. Chimali looks at the three of you, gives a very slow nod of his head. We have received word that the Empress approaches.
That is wonderful. How
Should
long?
we stay here, or is there somewhere we need to go?
You may stay near to me. Where are the other two of you?
Where did they go again? Someone looks is on.
They went to Zakat to do their secret projects that couldn't have been told to us for some strange reason. Will probably backfire on them in some way, shape, or form. Feel like I'm being scowled at. But I don't care. How close is the cart to us, out of curiosity?
It's very easily within eyesight. Maybe
By yeah.
60, 80 feet away.
I will be right back. Come on. Sticks his head inside the cart. The royal lady person is here. Okay, bye.
I'm gonna look to Brick. Should I get my feathers on?
Oh, I forgot about that outfit.
God.
Brick thinks to himself, like, would that be... I mean, it is sort of Aztlanian in a weird way.
Would that be racist?
Would that be cultural appropriation?
Meh.
I mean, you do you, Pez. I'm not really sure I'm the person to be asking about royal attire.
Yeah, I think I look fine. Just look like a soggy potato, like usual.
Potato.
I mean, we should probably try to clean up a little bit.
There's dirt outside.
Just steps out the door of the wagon, just.
All right. Shall we?
Yep.
Brick turns in Gandalf style, just right into the doorframe. Forgot about that.
Put like a little bell there, to where every single time I hear a bell, I know that
Brick bonked his
Brick got a
head.
concussion.
Like, it doesn't hurt. It just sort of hurts on the inside.
I can make it hurt.
Please don't.
Just slowly puts the gun away. All right, so you all gather back out. Brick and Pez, you see Chimali, Oatley, and the other Solar Blades are in formation and seem to be looking in a very specific direction. You go and stand next to the rest of your group, and within the next few minutes, the sound that Zahn had heard before, the heavy, rhythmic footfalls, can be heard coming towards you. And in between the two larger mountain hillocks, not even a mountain, just more... The hills go up maybe 30, 40 feet up. It's not terribly high. And in between them, the first thing you see looks to be maybe 20 or so bricks marching towards you all. They're all very much in the same attire as him. They all look to be similar, if not the same height as him. They are all marching steadily towards you.
I kind of just look at Chimali. One, golems? Like regular ones?
Not like you. You were made to look like them.
Oh. Also, too, do you bow, salute? What's like the sign of respect here?
You can see on his wrinkled turtle face a little grin starts to creep up, and he stays silent.
Oh, you... Yeah, I deserve that.
As the figures get closer, and Pez starts to panic, you begin to notice that while they look like a bunch of bricks, they do vary in height slightly, in size, and some of them seem to have tails, whether they be more reptilian like Pez or more slender like a tiefling. There seems to be a large variety of them, but they are all very tall, and you don't see much other than just this wall of gleaming golden metal and brightly colored feathers that I am now realizing I should have been pulling up some pictures from.
It's so bright, it hurts in 4K.
Brick's just looking at all of them, and just like a hand goes up and kind of waves.
I'm just vibrating because I don't know how to greet people.
Oh shit, that was just to Moriko. There we go. So these figures are all steadily marching towards you, and they get a decent distance away. Pretty much all of you would be able to cover the distance in just a few seconds, but they all come to a simultaneous halt, and from the back, you see feathers of a different kind between the giant armored figures. And Brick, as you're getting an even closer look, you can even see that the faceplate that you have that comes down when you go into your ready mode looks exactly like the helmets that they wear. Like, you're starting to notice, like, Chimali made you to look like these dudes. Soon enough, The
I kind of on reflex pop it down. Just
ooh, actually, I sent you guys the wrong one. That's it's kind of similar, but still slightly different. Anyway, you see some more feathers coming from behind the figures that seem to be moving while the rest have come to a complete stop. And soon enough, the ones in the front, without any sort of verbal prompting, they just step aside, and you see a very beautiful Aarakocra woman. She has pale white and gray feathers covering most of her form, blue around the eyes with a blackish gray beak. Where the soldiers are wearing heavy metallic armors, a lot of the gold and coloration of her clothing seems more leather and cloth based. And you see from, in place of wings like you would expect from an Aarakocra, she has a very large tail that has bright blues and greens on it. A gorgeous headdress of vibrant feathered colors and dangling jewels hanging off of it. And it's very clear to see that this would be Empress Izel. And she steps up towards you, seems very kind of like swaying her arms, a little bit less proper than what you were expecting, having experienced the Queen from Harpermere and some of the other royalty that you've encountered so far. Then you begin to remember that Chimali said that she was quite young, and maybe she's just got that younger, energetic spirit. But she's does step towards you, and the guards that had stepped aside to let her through immediately fall back into line behind. She looks at you all and goes, "Hello."
Greetings.
And Chimali kind of looks at her and gives a slight dip of his head. "It is good to see you again, Empress." She kind of gives a very sort of, where it was kind of bubbly and flowy, she goes into a very well-practiced and elegant bow and sweep of her arm. "It's good to see you too, Chimali. It has been too long." And the head kind of cocks and tilts and looks at the rest of you. "Is this them?"
Hi, we're the Pez. I'm Tempest. We're Tempest. You're
There's a
crazy.
Tempests, that is Pez. And we are very happy to meet you.
Is
Hi.
it just him that has a name?
I am
I'm
Zon.
Pez.
Brick is going to bow his head slightly and fist over the chest. I am Brick, Empress.
I'm just gonna look at Mariko and Kasumi.
Hey, Mariko.
Kasumi is gonna bow. Kasumi.
She steps up closer to all of you, and you see 3 of the retinue behind her step forward and keep a very measured distance behind her, giving off the vibe that if anyone twitches the wrong way, they're going to be there in less than a second. But she steps right up to Kasumi and Moriko, and she kind of is looking at both of you, and then kind of looks more at you, Kasumi. She kind of reaches down, takes your hand, and kind of holds it up, and seems to be looking at your kimono. "I love this."
Oh, the sleeves, and she holds her.
"All of it. I love it."
Thank you. I quite like your attire too.
She steps back and does a little twirl and just flows her arms out. "I like it too." So, hello. I am Empress Izel. I have heard much from you, and you have done us... She pauses for a moment and seems to be thinking of the right words to translate. "Very good. you've stopped much. She kind of turns and she looks at Chimali, and Brick, you understand her asking for the proper translation. Seems to be asking how to say the Tempests Mountains, the mines, and once he gives her the clarification, you have helped with the base camps in Tempests Mountains. There were bad men there trying to impede our progress.
I'm just gonna look back at the forge area. Yeah, it seems like they did some impeding.
She too kind of like leans around to the side to see where you're looking. I heard this too. It is sad that you were not here to help with the repelling. But though some were lost, it still stands. So, and she does another very proper, elegant bow. I want to thank you.
We were happy to be of service.
You all then hear a very slow clap coming from behind the retinue, and all of those soldiers turn in unison, crouched down, weapons drawn, shields up. The ones that were behind the Empress start to encircle her. The front row begins to move back. You hear a very unfortunately familiar voice in the distance, raspy. Yes, convenient and well timed. Thank you for luring out the Empress. This will make this so much more delicious. You see between the gaps in the soldiers a light purple scaled face underneath a dark purple hooded robe, and behind him are a multitude of other purple robed figures. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Balls.
No.
Yes.
Give me something to punch.
All in due time, but we have been going for quite a while and it's getting a bit late. So thank you all so much for joining for one more cliffhanger of many to be had in the future. Now I'm being cussed out in the chat too. Well.
Get him, Gene. Get him.
So thank you all so much for joining us. We will be back next week for Storm King's Chaos. We'll see how that particular nut gets cracked.
Yeah, join us to see if the Mercs for Hire can track down the owner of a wooden coin.
I'm gonna sniff him out.
Well.
So, again, thank you all for watching, whether you're watching, listening, however you are choosing to enjoy our ever-expanding story. We will be back in 2 weeks for more Tales of Archeron. Any closing comments, questions, concerns?
Fuck you.
Yes. Forgot about that.
Suck it, Ian!
Okay. Anyway,
Join
I
us in
hope
the
you all
Discord.
join us in the Discord. We do more than just D&D. We're always happy to have people join us and hang out.
Yes.
So until the next time we go live, have fun, have a great weekend, have a great week. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Suck it, Ian.
Thanks for listening to the Fools and Flagons podcast. If you enjoyed this past adventure of the Tales of Archeron, you can catch us live on Fridays at twitch.tv/Fools and Flagons.